published 0301 EDT, 18 September 2017 updated 0941 EDT, 18 September 2017 New University students were pictured sprawled on the pavement, requiring medical assistance and being wheeled into ambulances after a buzz-fueled night to kick off Freshers Week. Teenagers were seen collapsed on the concrete or supporting their unresponsive friends after a drunken night of partying. For some students it all proved too much, with some freshers pushed into the back of an ambulance, while medics also tended to unresponsive teenagers slumped on the ground. Another fresher was photographed being marched away from a nightclub, while others bowed their heads outside late-night venues while clutching bottles of waters. This year freshers are being given brightly colored wristbands with their address and emergency contact numbers similar to those worn by Alzheimer's patients in case they cannot find their way home after a night out. Campus Living Villages is giving the safety wristbands to 13,000 first-year students, including undergraduates from the universities of Birmingham, Exeter, Manchester, Leeds, and Liverpool. Medics tend to a student slumped on the ground after a booze-filled night to mark the start of Freshers' Week in Manchester. For one student it all proved too much and they were wheeled into the back of an ambulance. Medics kept a close eye on the fresher as they helped him into the back of the ambulance. The student was ushered into the ambulance after an alcohol-fueled night at the start of the university term in Manchester. The student decided to call a night on the street after a boozy start to university life. A teenager picks at a box of takeaway chips while keeping an eye on a female friend. Two students pose for a picture during a buzz-fueled evening in Manchester. The fresher gives a word of encouragement to his female friend after a heavy night of drinking in Manchester. One student grabs hold of Bullard for assistance after a heavy first night in Manchester. One student hangs her head while clutching hold of a bottle of water after an alcohol-fueled night out in Manchester. A student holding a 14-pound bottle of vodka gets to know a fellow fresher in Manchester. The student is led away from a Manchester nightclub after enjoying one too many drinks. The same student was later seen collapsed on the ground and wincing in pain while being helped by security. The student, pictured wearing an official Freshers Party t-shirt, was handed a bottle of water by security and medics. The student slept against a shop window close to the nightclub after enjoying a heavy night in Manchester. Students in Birmingham get acquainted with one another during their first night out in the city. Two students help a girl who fell to the ground on Broad Street in Birmingham during a boozy start to university life. A student in Birmingham is wheeled into an ambulance after a buzz-fueled evening during Freshers' Week. Two students in Birmingham lean over the railings in the smoking area of a Birmingham nightclub. A student puts a supportive hand on her friend's back outside a nightclub in Birmingham.